Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another trade recap for Friday, February 27th, 2026. And I'm going to be showing you guys the one trade I ended up taking, and as well as how to trade and how to view choppy price action. So yeah, let's get into it. To start off, I was pretty bullish, and I'll tell you why. So actually, price was moving lower during London session, overnight session, and that was a good indicator to me that price will go back up, because yesterday we had a huge expansion lower, and then overnight we also had another expansion. So today I'm expecting some accumulation slash a retracing, but that back the previous range. So we did have price inverse these 4 hours. That's a really good cause for being bearish today, but I do think that would be bearish for the like an overall higher time frame trend, right? So I'm looking on a lower time frame trend because that's what I'm trading, and we have price. Well, let me move to the hourly and show you guys on the hourly. It's easier. You can see London session just completely dumps, no retraces, right? On a higher time frame, no higher time frame retraces. So for New York session, I wanted to see price retrace up into at least premium of this range. And as well as we have these really good relative equal highs off by one tick. They're pretty much relative equal highs. Equal highs. But this would have been a really good draw, but I didn't think price was going to go up here for the day. So that was my bias. On the short term, I was bullish and ended up playing out in my favor. So yeah, let's get into it. So start going into the day. We had 8:30 PPI news here. Data high. I always mark the data highs. I think you guys should too. And I really wanted to see price manipulate these lows, and we did. So price came up, chopped. When I see this chop, I could see it price move lower, but I really didn't want to see price move lower today, and I'll tell you why. And that was because we only had 3 really good draws in liquidity, right? So we had these 3, and to me, it's just not like that probable that price is gonna dump the previous day on Thursday, then dump overnight, and then continue the dump down to these 3 lows. And how I view it is that we have a better availability of liquidity higher with on a 1 minute. See all these little buy side highs, right? We have a bunch of buy side, and we have the also equal highs here. We have this 15 minute and 5 minutes literally everywhere, so that are unmitigated, by the way. So that's another thing. Price wants to go mitigate these fair value gaps. So that's what another reason led me to be bullish. But starting off the day, I wanted to see longs. We put in this kind of made me a little iffy on longs, just because like this could be viewed as a good 930 manipulation, and as well as this high, it failed. Like it just swept this high, right? It didn't continue through. So I would have wanted to see this move come back. It came out into discount of this previous range, then rip higher. We didn't get that, but we had a sweeping these lows, which is what I wanted, and then a really good bullish reaction. But I didn't take a trade here, and I'll explain to you why. We had 1 minute here and 1 minute here, and I just didn't like the inverse in the close. This first candle did not inverse this 1 minute. The second candle inversed this lower 1 minute, but didn't inverse this 1 minute. And I wasn't fully confident in price moving higher at this point because of this high sweeping this high. So I was really iffy. Now this was a good trade if you're really have a lot of confidence and a lot of conviction in this playing out. This would have been a really good trade, and now you'd probably target this internal high for this trade, or you could have even targeted like this high. But that's the first trade that I saw for the day. Price comes in, and now we are obviously bullish because price is retracing down to discount. We are respecting a 3 minute fair value gap, the bodies are, as well as this original move here that swept and that manipulated the lows. I was also respecting 3 minute CE, by the way, of this big 3 minute, and we also had a 5 minute that was being respected down here. So that's a huge sign for me to be bullish, 100% bullish. Here's another good trade. I thought it was good. If you had conviction, enter here, target 15 minute CE with like a 25 point stop. That would be the other trade I liked for the day. We did have pretty good LR here. I wouldn't even bother with it just because of It's minor, and I think price is gonna move higher. The draw is higher. I wouldn't want to see this get taken just yet. Price rips higher. In my opinion, this was probably the best trade of the day, targeting here, and you could even target it higher liquidity on this one. But the trade I took, I'm getting into that. Come up here, we failed to take this buy side by like 1 tick. And whenever price fails to take buy side or any sell side by 1 tick, almost always we'll come back and we'll take it. And that's what we did. Price comes back for a little retrace. I would have really liked to see price come into this 5 minute, mitigate the 5 minute, and then move higher. But we did come into discount here. And that's enough for me to be like, okay, I like that. I'll take a trade. We had a 2 minute. I actually took a trade here on this 2 minute inverse targeting this hourly CE. I got break even on it. This is my break even at this high. Price comes down, fails to take this low, so we're making lower highs. It's a good sign for being bullish. Then we have this move, which comes in, we sweeps this high, sweeps the equal highs, and makes a really nice move lower, sweeping this low. And yeah, we didn't sweep this low, but we swept this low, which that's enough for me to take a trade on. And I really would have liked this. It would have been an A+ trade to me if price came into the 5 minute and as well as swept these lows down here, these minor short sell side lows. This would have been the money trade, but this was the trade I took. Price had really good momentum, inversing this, and we also inversed the 2 minute right here. Entered here, targeting this high, 20-point stop. My opinion, this is probably the best trade. Not second best trade of the day, and now we're just dwindling off. And I really could see price now move back lower because we generated so much trend line liquidity here. We have all of these lows, and we have all of these lows, so I can see price move back lower. So yeah, that's how I made $400 today trading the NASDAQ. And yeah, I hope to see you guys Monday. I hope you're doing these every day. So please tune in, watch them, and have a good day. Thank you.